It will take a bit of work to implement the server and proper abstraction. However, it's a good idea to put things in the right place to begin with. Using a server API class will help us organize things correctly, piece by piece. We can then replace mockups with implementations and see things working almost instantaneously. Currently, the server API class serves as a mockup. It's a static class that hides the server connection. I'm blocking API calls within this class as they are easier to integrate into the infinite container, which I'll introduce soon. The currently logged in user is a global state in the application, which is a pretty standard practice. I've set up a few images from the Diverse UI project so we can have fake users with avatars in the app. Check out the Diverse UI project at diverseui.com. Its goal is to feature more diversity in app mockups. We need times in the timeline, etc., to start from a reasonable enough date so I can use now as the baseline. We'll set up 4 user objects that we can use soon. This method returns the current user after lazy initializing it. This is the shorthand builder constructor where I set a hard-coded user. I add friends and people I may know, which I'll use later in the friends view. This method fetches the posts in the current timeline. The method accepts time of the last post so we can fetch the posts since that time. We add a comment to the comment count, so the comment count wouldn't be 0. There is still no comment view though. The post itself doesn't include much either, just some HTML for the post content. When we return null when there is no further information. That's it. We are almost ready to implement the newsfeed. Before I start with the newsfeed itself, I'd like a couple of utility methods. For that, I'll add a UIUtils class as such. I use these to present time logic more efficiently. These create a gray spacer that's used in several places in the Facebook UI. This method formats time as statements such as just now, 15 minutes ago, etc. Then falls back to standard date and time values. We use this when displaying time on posts. We'll use these in the newsfeed container class. But before we get there, we have the missing CSS statements for the UI IDs we used in the listing. These separators have a gray background and right amount of padding to match the UI.